Evening, y'all. Chief Prepper here. I'm watching Angry Prepper out in New York right now with Jason. He's doing a video on the drones. I saw one last night, not over my house, but I could see it from my house. So that's the thing. If we want to do a quick update, I think I may have found the problem. Well, a problem that I created when I was doing work on the Jeep, but I'm on my fourth alternator. The one from this alternator is from Jeep Mopar, and it was $854. The O'Reilly ones were 600 a piece. I went through three of those. I think the last two may have been the yeah the last two may have been okay. The new Jeep JLs have a fuse array. It is on the power distribution system right next to your fuse box, and studs come up through it, and then you bolt cables down to it. So apparently, if you ground out a hot cable anywhere on the vehicle, it pops one of the 300 high voltage fuses that is a part of the array. It's actually called N7, but it's on terminal 7 of the distribution box. I say that because the last two alternators from O'Reilly's, after the first one, did the same thing that the Mopar one did after I put it in. It went straight to alarm and battery. And so I that made me suspect something. I kept seeing videos referring to N7, but when you look at it, it looks like it's a stud, like there's no fuse. But what, and this new technology, something I've never seen before. So when I Googled N7, it immediately referred me to a video and a guy that showed me the actual piece. And then I pulled it yesterday evening. It was too late to go order it, and then I went to the Jeep dealer, Chrysler dealer, Ram dealer in Floresville, and I bought two just to be safe. Put it in, hooked up the cable, started up straight to 14 volts. Drove it around today with the heated steering wheel, both heated seats on, the heating system, the stereo, and headlights. The only thing that wasn't on was the windshield wipers on the front and the back. And it got down to 13.3, 13.4. I did the start stop mod that they show where you remove fuse 42 and you disconnect the ground cable. And well, let's just say that shit didn't work. So I put it back to stock. What else? This drone thing is concerning because I haven't watched all of Jason's video, but about halfway through, and there's reports of them in multiple states, not just the East Coast. One report that I watched here on his show in Arizona, I saw one here in San Antonio last night, South Side, and 136 according to when this video was live in New Jersey right now. Well, tonight. So uh, the fact that they're only flying at night, uh, and like I don't think I'll see any here tonight because I've been hearing them, but I haven't really been paying attention. But because like right now when I walk outside, because we have cloud cover, the sky is lit up a lot better because the lights from the ground around the area are going up and hitting the bottom of the clouds and radiating out. So if they fly one tonight, unless it can fly through clouds and navigate, uh, you'll be able to see it a lot better, at least in this area. So I sent my buddy a note up in Washington State. He went out and looked around, and he said he didn't see anything. But I told him they're easily, you can hear them and you can see the lights. So Jason had reports on his live that someone tried to fly their drone close to it, and their personal drone died, like it quit functioning. So maybe it's the illegal immigrants or people who are visiting and claiming asylum, and maybe they put together a bunch of drones. But there's rumors of them being flown over infrastructure, airports, military bases. That does not bode well. So I hope you're prepped up. Regardless, we're after 40 days. Biden's pulling out all the stops. There was a news article that he announced a new auction of oil and gas leases up in Alaska at the last minute. So he's going to take away a bunch of things that Trump could come in and do. He's not going to help the American people, though. Not that Trump's not, but Biden's not. So, Fat Lady hadn't sung yet, and even when the Fat Lady sings, if Trump makes it into office, I still don't think he will. But you got to realize he has limited tools to control the economy. Lowering interest rates is one of them, but that means that we may have more inflation because the government might print more money. And then so that's one big issue. And then Jason mentioned it tonight that we might have a multi-threat of things that make you cough coming around. H5N1 is apparently growing in numbers. Jason didn't mention the guy. I saw a news article saying they quarantined a guy up in Ohio that had recently come back from Africa, and apparently there's 2 in Italy now. But if they didn't quarantine that motherfucker on the plane, if they were sick and it's airborne like they suspect, then whoever they flew back with on the plane has probably got it. At least the people in the immediate area where they were sitting, anybody they walked past. So that shit can get out of control real fast. So if they set loose a bug like that, or if the bug gets loose, takes hold and starts spreading, then that'll pretty much kill Trump's second presidency. The last quote pandemic killed his fucking presidency. So it is what it is. Stack food, stack security tools, reinforce your home to prevent people from being able to kick the door in. Be able to board up your windows if you need to. So, and be able to see. My cameras are solar powered, so as long as I got sunlight and the batteries are charged, I'm good. As long as I have internet, so I need to replace them all with cameras that aren't that don't go through the internet. So, because apparently the police departments have a thing that where they show up when they turn it on, that it drowns out all security camera footage. We call that a donkey dick in Iraq. So put it on the front of the vehicle, and it killed all radio transmissions so that the enemy couldn't set off bombs with phones and shit like that. So they just switched to infrared beams across the road. So it is the 12th of December. Tomorrow is the 13th. So then we'll be one day away from the 12 days of Christmas. I actually like this time of year. Down here, it seems to just be getting worse and worse and worse. People driving like fucking Mario Andretti people around town. Used to only really see that in eastern U.S. and the South, because everybody thought they were a NASCAR driver. They'd get behind you real close, and they'd get mad if you didn't pull over. like get out of the way for them. And then down here, their speed limit around town is 65, 70 on many places, and I'm doing 70, and people are going by me like I'm standing still. So I was just like, what are you doing? Why are you driving like an idiot? If you suck that much at time management, then hopefully you fucking eat shit and die, as far as I'm concerned. There's no reason for you to drive like that all the fucking time, and it seems like more and more people are like that. So I should take delivery of the 4Runner the 19th or the 20th. It's going to take that long for the order for the leather seat covers and the heaters to be put in. And then it's a 2024 with 21,000 miles on it. SR5 TRD trail rated. It's got a roof rack. The only thing it didn't have that I wanted was the leather interior with heated seats and the moonroof. So nothing I can do about the moonroof. It's 4-wheel drive. It's got a tow receiver. So I spent time up in New Jersey. So, right. It seems like many manufacturers are putting the start-stop in. So, and the only brand that I know of right now that has an SUV without it is Toyota. And it's because of some mileage criteria they have to meet. If my wife's Jeep is fixed, then it'll go back into the being used pile. But that means, from what I've read, about every fucking 24 months, the goddamn batteries go bad. So, and when you replace one, you got to replace both. And the auxiliary battery is a pain in the ass to get to. Like, it's a real pain in the ass to get to. So, I may invest in a plug-in module to see if I can turn that shit off permanently. So, anyway, not exactly the way I plan to spend that money, but you know, I got my 1-ton, we got her old truck, we got the Pontiac, but she don't like driving the Pontiac. Driving her old truck in traffic would suck ass, even though it could be done. And then the 1-ton is just too big. Right now it's still full of firewood, but I just about burned half a cord or so in the lab, and 4 or 5. Well, there's wood on the back porch, but I burned almost. I moved half a cord. How's that? And burned probably a quarter of a or half of a cord. So, been seeing news articles that polar vortex is going to dip south in February again. So it's going to get bitterly cold. If that happens, then I hope you have alternate means of heat, alternate means of electricity, and alternate means of water. So you make sure you protect your pipes. I think we might depressurize our pipe system, like turn off the water at the street, and then open the spigots and let the water drain. That's one way to ensure you don't have exploding pipes. So, but time will tell. You know, February is what? 21st is when it happened last, or February. I don't know if it was 21st. I think it was. I don't remember if it was 21st or not, but it was in February when Texas had the freeze in 21 that killed people. So. Seems like there's this bad shit circulating everywhere. Anyway, more to follow. I'm going to try and get the last coat of paint on the inside of the porch. It's the second coat. If I get that done, then it'll dry. And then I got to go around on the outside and paint the bottom all the way to the bottom. And then caulk the outside, caulk the inside. And then the walls are done. Less the plastic siding I need to get up sooner rather than later. Then frame in that last area. Then it's ready to start being used. moved my lemon trees and lime trees in before the freeze. I think it was last 2 nights ago. So I gotta water them again soon. I neglected the shit out of those things this summer. So start thinking about your gardens if you're south of I-20 now. So and then plant them. Might need them more than not this coming year. So our problem is when I've had good success with the garden, we've had more than we could eat, and we don't currently can anything. So I've got canning jars on hand and lids. I think I've got a canning thing where I can suck the lid down, but my wife has a food saver machine, so need to get the storage area done and move the hot water heater, and then I have more room for stuff here at the house. And then after that, it'd be time to go knee deep on the getting the shed done. I have a plan and I've drawn it up, but it's one of those things. It's going to cost money, so figure $500 of material a month. Every once in a while, spend $1,000, but it's basically rip down what's there, pull the roof off, knock down all the cinder blocks, clean all that shit up, and then you gotta cut and drill holes through a concrete slab in certain places, sink the poles, run the rails on the inside and outside of that. That's down the center. It's going to be 10-foot high ceilings, and then the walls on the north and south side are done. I put those poles in almost a decade ago. So it's by 2x4s, paint them, screw them to the metal poles. Then you can screw the siding to them after you basically run a bunch of, I don't know what they're called, the boards that go like this, like at the angle down, and then the ones that are flat. So rafters and trusses, I think. Be 8 feet on each side and then 10 feet down the center. And then my intent is to build a spot above the center. Maybe eventually put water and electricity, or put water out there and put a toilet upstairs and a toilet downstairs. So lots of dreams and plans. I will start going over my list of things that I wanted to get this year and then talk about the list for next year. So it's a good thing to have a list. It helps you focus your efforts and what you want to do. It also will let you know what you don't get done. So information is knowledge and power. Live a little, prep a lot, share a lot. G Prepper.